Welcome to all you Geminis. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for the last month of 2014. And already, this is going so fast, isn't it? And you are a Gemini, people who are always everywhere, somewhere and everywhere. And it's a fast sign. I don't know how I have to express it, but you Geminis are definitely people who, you know, you get everything, you understand a lot. Maybe not all in depth, but you can always communicate with all kinds of people. Now, especially in December. So what is happening in December? There is the Saturn that shifts signs. That's the most important thing, I think, for you. Then there's the Pluto Uranus squaring up against each other again, and a fixed star there, which is called Vega, that is going to be very important, and then Jupiter that is going retrograde as well. Let's start with the Pluto and the Uranus. So it's squaring up to each other again, but for you Geminis it's not that challenging because you're not a cardinal sign. For you next year, the big thing that's going to be is the square between Saturn and Neptune. And why is it important for you? Because you're mutable signs. So the mutable signs are going to work hard on Saturn and Neptune. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the Pluto-Uranus is just another emphasis now on Capricorn, because a lot of planets are Mercury, your ruler, especially, and also Venus, is going to conjunct Pluto. It's going to square up to Uranus, and it's going to emphasize that Capricorn house, which is for you the 8th house, which is in general the house of the transformation, the house of the taboos, the house of dying and rebirth, the house, not literally of course, the house of values of other people, presents as well. And it's the month of presents, isn't it? For a lot of us, it's Christmas, so for you, maybe you're going to get some more presents because you're a Gemini and having all that activity in your 8th house, which is word of other people that goes towards you. But your ruler is there. So your ruler Mercury is there in the 8th house, and it's around Pluto. Now, normally that's very intense energy, especially in the 8th house. But I think it's going to be very positive for the Geminis. And it has to do with the fixed star, which is around that constellation, which is called Vega. And Vega is the energy of refinement, the energy of, as Mercury is on it, it means communication as well. So refined communication. What else? Let's have a look. Refined, sophisticated, and very gentle. So when you mix that up with the other ingredient of the 8th house, it means that you are going to give other people a present, and maybe not, it can be just your words, but it's going to be very intense, and it's going to be very intimate almost. So you can expect a message from someone who comes from very deep source, you could say, and it's very heartfelt, but also very intense. And that will transform you in a way. So you will get information, or you will give information yourself to other people that kind of transforms you. So maybe things that you were scared of telling to others, or maybe others that were scared of telling you things. And now it comes up, especially around the last 2 weeks of December. And that has this effect that you become stronger. It empowers you. So expect something very positive coming your way, or you initiating it. If you say, you know, there's something that's on my heart and that I need to say, but I'm a bit afraid of saying it, just do so and trust, because the 8th house is the house of trust, is the house of intimacy. And you will, if you've done that, or if other people do that to you, it will have a benefic influence for the rest of 2015. So it's quite important there, what's happening there for you. So that fixed star is very nice. Now what else is going on? Jupiter is going backwards, And for you Geminis, it's in your third house, it's in your house, it's in the house of Gemini. So again, an emphasis on how you communicate, on how you talk to other people, how you come across, how your message comes across. Not only with your family and friends, but also how people at work listen to you or don't listen to you. People in the neighborhood who listen to you, who don't listen to you, siblings. Because Jupiter going backwards always mean a kind of a reflection. When it comes to Jupiter, it's a reflection that has to do with your what you think is important when it comes to information. So you are reflecting that. There's nothing wrong with that. So Jupiter going backwards isn't a bad thing at all, especially not in the third house. It means that you are going to stand still for a change and reflect, how can I put that in a better way in the future? And you will be able when Jupiter goes direct again, but that will be for next year. So these are quite deep energies. But now what's going on with Saturn? And Saturn is very important. It shifts signs in Sagittarius, which is your opposite sign, which is a crucial house because it's a key area of your life, which is relationships, one-to-one relationships. Now, so Saturn will shift in there approximately the 23rd, 24th of December. And that will stay there for a long time. Check out my yearly horoscopes because I talk about that as well in your yearly horoscope. But what does it mean for the Gemini? It means a testing time and it means reality time when it comes to your relationships. And that can be good, and can be tough as well. It depends on your context. If you're having a good relationship, a fairly good relationship, it can even mean marriage. But a commitment, it can even mean maybe having a child. I've seen that as well with Saturn in the 7th house. But also for a great deal of people, it means you need to work hard on relationships. You need to work a bit harder than usual. And things, you can't put them under the carpet anymore. You want to face them now. And that is good. There's nothing wrong with that. So that energy starts with Saturn going into that 7th house. And as I said, you're already going to feel that Saturn squaring up to the Neptune, but that will continue next year as well. As I said, that is the main aspect for the mutable signs, and this is something that you are going to like, you Geminis, because it's a paradox, and Geminis, I think, is a sign that can deal well with paradoxes. Most people can't. It's stressful, but the paradox is seemingly something that you can't balance. And with this, it is Saturn, which is the planet of reality, and Neptune, which is the planet of ideals and of vision. So they're going to meet each other in a square, and that will affect, well, not affect you, but it reflects, to say it in a better word, that things are going on with you, that you are weighing up. Is this real? And it will have to do with relationships, or maybe work, or both. So maybe the relationship, haven't I been dreaming too much when it comes to relationship? Or the other way, hasn't it been too serious, too dark, too not fulfilling? And I want a bit more magic into my relationship. So it's either the one or the other. If you're not in a relationship, you can struggle between the fear that you have of relationships. If you are single, Saturn in the 7th house can mean fears, because maybe you had a relationship that didn't work out, and there's this tension going on that pushes you between this fearful Saturn, but also the ideal Neptune. The Neptune will say to you, look, it can be like that, you know, if you work hard. If you work hard, you can get that, your ideal relationship. So making dreams come true is something typical for this aspect, but it's a square, so there's work to be done. The more you stand with the feet on the ground, the better, because it means that you want to work for what you dream for, and that's nice. And you also understand that you need to work to get your dreams realized. So, and Saturn in Sagittarius already in itself is about wisdom by experience. So you are going to become a wiser person when it comes to relationship, just by an experience, or not by, you know, wisdom is not only about knowing things how they should be. You know, that's not wisdom. The wisdom is added there when there is the experience. So you're gonna have this longing for experiencing very real things when it comes to relationships. So, but I'll talk about that next year as well. So the last thing I'm only mentioning for you, because you're having a new moon, where is it? It's in Gemini, yes, a full moon in Gemini, around the 6th of the month at 14 degrees of Gemini. So if you have planets there around 14 degrees, or if you were born around Gemini 14 degrees, so that's around the 5th of June, then you will feel it the strongest. And it's the moon in your sign, which shows it's about you. It's not, it's also you versus other people, but the key word is you. It's how you look at yourself, how you look at relationships, firstly by looking at yourself. So that's really good. Maybe a bit emotional there, but not bad at all. Thank you for watching, you Geminis. Have a very, very, very good month. Spread these videos if you want to, so I can have a bit more viewers, but only if you want to. And wishing you all the best for December, and see you next year. Bye bye.